we just got back from Amsterdam and we have a few more days to waste. So, well, we've decided that we're gonna choose another date from our date drawer. This is our date drawer. Oops. Yeah, so let's see. A day in Paris, guys. Yeah, so our next trip will be a day in Paris.
Tell your girl be so. Wow. Here's a busy barn, what's that? See all them shoes there? Me don't want no shoes like that. They make too much noise.
Hey, that's it.
Yep.
Thing on Facebook and ask them how I know I'm in the right spot. What the hell are you doing?
Video. You know what I mean video? So this is our bus that will be bringing us to Paris. Yay! So hey peeps, we finally arrived here in Paris. We're actually here with our tour guide, but we just have to take a few pictures. And for the Eiffel Tower, it's actually over there on the left. I'm gonna show you all what it actually looks like. So.
Second level.
That's the Eiffel Tower. Finally got a good view of it.
It's going, yeah, it's good.
It's hard to take picture here at the Eiffel Tower because you can't get too close and you can't get too far. So you have to just stay at a distance where you can just see it fully.
settle down in Paris, I can highly recommend this district next to the Eiffel Tower. But you know, even in the cheapest districts of the city, you should calculate about over 9,000 euro 1 square meter, just to give you an idea. Is it reasonable?
No.
Very reasonable. You know, here in very near the Eiffel Tower, you should rather calculate like 13,000 euro 1 square meter. So remember, the tower is 324 meters high with the antenna on top. This is the limit, by the way, a limit of 2 districts. Here the 7th district is definitely one of the most expensive neighborhoods of Paris to the right. Paris is divided into 20 districts with about 2.5 million inhabitants.
20 districts. Outside really pretty. Like
After the bridge, you can see another building, the National Assembly building, the first chamber of the French Parliament, where the laws are voted, where deputies are seated. So we have 2 chambers for the French Parliament, National Assembly and the French Senate. So National Assembly is for the deputies. And we have 577 deputies. So the different parties, left wing, right wing, and the French Senate for the senators, and the senators represent the regions of France. Now you see the Seine River. The Seine River is not the longest river in France. It's 800 kilometers long. Takes its rise in Burgundy, in the central part of France. Ending up its course by the Havre, by the Channel Sea. Crossing through the Sea of Paris, then the city of Rouen in Normandy. On your left-hand side, inside Tuileries Gardens, is the Orangery Museum. It's a beautiful museum where are displayed the famous paintings. It was turned into a museum during the Revolution. With 4,000 works of art on display, 400,000 altogether, including the famous Mona Lisa del Gioconda, the masterpiece of Leonardo da Vinci, the Winged Victory of Samothrace, Venus de Milo. Well, they say if you ever spent 1 minute in front of each piece of work, you will need 4 months to visit the Louvre. So look at the beautiful wall on the left, the facade just been renovated not long ago. This facade made in a Renaissance, French Renaissance style of architecture, 16th century and 17th century for the loggia in the corner on the left, where were the apartments of the Queen Anne of Austria, the mother of the King Louis XIV. Look at on the medallions on top of the building on the left, double L. That's for Louis XIV, the Sun King. All the beautiful, that's really a must to do. And Alina is going through the alley down here, collect, if you want to go on the boat, please tell her she will arrange for you. Okay? Beata said, you see, we are now on the city island, the very heart of Paris, where the first Celtic tribe called the Parisis, so the name of Paris is coming from, were living. So from the old times there's not much left. The conciergerie building you see in the corner on the right with the square tower, medieval times, from the 14th and 15th century, used to be the first French king's palace, turning into a prison during the Revolution. That's where Queen Marie Antoinette was held before being beheaded on the Concord Square. On the left is a 19th century building. It was a hospital. The largest flower market. It's a flower market on your right hand side. You see all the orchids on this side. A large flower market. And you will see on the right the Sainte-Chapelle with the spire. Sainte-Chapelle now is a museum with beautiful stained glass windows from the 13th century. Now all look on the left. You will see the facade of Notre Cathedral, just on renovation right now, so you see it all closed down. So 3 portals, the 2 towers, above the portals the kings of Israel and Judea, ancestors of Jesus Christ. So built in the 11th century, it took 200 years of construction. And we are leaving the city island now to get to the left bank of Paris, the students area with the Sorbonne. You see the green dome straight ahead for the Sorbonne University, the best university in Paris. The smallest street in Paris on the left, so the students area with a lot of bookstores, small shops and restaurants. In the corner on the right, you see again the law court, the court of justice. And after the traffic lights on the left, you will see the Saint-Michel Fontaine University. Look on the left now, Saint-Michel, slain the dragoon. And there's a little Christmas market right now. You see a little Christmas market with the white.
You see here, this is what you call the Latin Quarter. Now, at this very moment, you're driving from east towards west. You're taking the same direction as the river Seine flows through Paris. You always compare your position to the direction of the river. So this is my left hand, right? This is my left hand. This is the left bank. And as Jacqueline has mentioned, the intellectual part of Paris with the Sorbonne University. It's called Latin Quarter because the common language that was used in all those different universities and high schools of the area till the end of the 18th century was Latin language. Can you see those grey or green boxes along the quay? You call those people bouquinists, selling interesting old books, prints, postcards from those boxes. They're really the typical image of Paris. And in a minute, you will see the oldest bridge of the city. I know some people speak French. Please raise your hand, those who speak French. All right. So, the name of the bridge is Pont Neuf. What does it mean? New Bridge, Bastille, prison. When the French Revolution broke out, people within a year took away all the stones of the famous prison. Here,
Where did you get this? €5 नोट है किसी के पास?
Beautiful collection of the 19th century, beginning of the 20th, and the entrance of the Orsay is located on the left. Legion of Honor Museum on the left, a replica of the White House in Washington. And on the right is Thomas Jefferson statue, the second ambassador to France and the third American president. So Concord Bridge on your right side there. Have you heard about Voltaire? Yes. Famous philosopher of the 18th century. and that's the name of the restaurant. That's where he was living on the first floor. That's where he died actually, and Voltaire is buried here in Paris in the Pantheon. Pantheon was a church, now it's the necropolis of all the great men of France. The friendship between France and Russia, and it's the Tsar Nicolas II, the last Tsar of Russia, who laid down the first stone of this bridge, with two groups of sculpture on both sides of the bridge. One represents the Neva River in St. Petersburg, the other one the Seine River in Paris. Now straight ahead, you can see the Invalids buildings. First, the Invalids were an hospital built in the 17th century, commissioned by the King Louis XIV for the wounded soldiers of his army. Invalids means disabled. So now since 1905, it's the French Army Museum, gathering military uniforms from the Middle Ages until the World War II. These cannons were taken by Napoleon I in Vienna, in Austria. And they have a little story. When the Germans have invaded France in 1940, they took back the cannons in Austria. And they were back after the war right here in 1945. A radio transmitter through the Atlantic Ocean was installed on the top platform. So they have decided to keep it, and they did good, because it's the landmark of Paris. The capital's best visited monuments, receiving close to 10 million of visitors per year, except for the past 2 years. So there are 3 levels. On the top level, there is a wax figures museum with wax figures as Thomas Edison showing his new phonograph to the store, but it was a crookery. And also Oscar Wilde, you know, the British writer Oscar Wilde, hated the Eiffel Tower. People at that time, they hated the Eiffel Tower. They want to see it. But he was at the restaurant every night. So people ask him, why are you at the Eiffel Tower if you hate it? And he says, that way I cannot see it. You see the... Okay, so Beata and I, we are going to wish you a very nice stay in Paris, a nice cruise. We wish you all the best and a happy New Year's. Take great care of yourself. Have a beautiful time. Enjoy, mainly enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You know how to say Happy New Year in French? Bonne année. Can you say that? Bonne année, everybody. Bonne année. Yes. Happy New Year to everybody. I'm quite sure you will enjoy the Seine cruise. The weather is fantastic.
Go now.
It looks like a waffle. I'm gonna try it. Nutella.
Don't, Donnie.
Try this now.
I know you look greedy.
It's good. It's good. Stop it. So, we're here like in the middle of the street where everyone is like literally in the middle of the street just taking pictures and photos, no matter if vehicles coming or not. The vehicles just beware of us, and don't hit us, but yeah, in the middle of the street. Hey, I'm liking this.
So active, right?
France is dope so far.
Like it go straight up tonight or tomorrow.
Check me out. Check us out walking in the middle of the street. You know, along with everybody, vehicles coming, but we're still in the middle of the street. You can see everyone in the road. Hey, we in France, baby. We good. So right where I'm at, okay, so you can see the Eiffel Tower behind me, and right across from it is the Civil Rights Building. You got some beautiful scene right there. Bro, everywhere in France they got structures of naked women, you know. I guess France like them women undressed, you know. So take a look at the place, y'all. I'm gonna go try crossing soon.
Go by water fountain.
Go by the water fountain.
All the roads get locked up too? That's beautiful.
There's the naked women.
Oh my god. See? You see one man the right is so. Yeah, talk like I do woman already.